Honey, you're doing it again.
Huh?
You're sleep vacuuming.
But this is the only time the laser works! Are you kidding me? Lasers, guys.
Yes, freaking lasers.
This is insane. Dyson has done it yet again. They're like the Apple for any home product. I have the Dyson V10 and I love that thing. However, in today's video, I'm gonna be reviewing the Dyson V15 and how I think it's definitely a step in the right direction for the company. However, it's not quite there yet. But be ready to see a bunch more lasers in the vacuum's future. Now, I'm not sponsored by Dyson at all. I just needed a new vacuum and I couldn't get over the fact that this vacuum has a laser. So first off, let's start with the differences. And honestly, there's not that many differences between the older models as well as the V15, which is a good thing. If any of you are considering the V10 or V11 series and don't have the ponies to spend $700 on the V15, then definitely consider the V11. Both these vacuums clean extremely well, and this just shows the engineering power that Dyson put into the vacuums, as even the older models still clean just as good as the new Dyson V15. The V11 and the V15 both have click-in batteries with similar run times. And again, the click-in battery is a game changer. With my V10 with a built-in battery, the battery time has degraded significantly, and while it still works great, I'm having to charge it more often. And if I want to get the battery replaced, I have to send it in for service. With the click-in batteries, you can have more than one battery, so you can vacuum your whole home without stopping to recharge. The batteries are a little expensive at $150. However, it is cheaper than getting the batteries serviced every few years. The bin sizes are also the same, as well as how you expel the debris. Overall, it's a solid piece of engineering, and I'm glad they didn't try to tweak anything too much, because you know the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now here's where the V15 is different. This is the first time I actually had to read the manual on a vacuum cleaner, because there's settings that you can change and customize. Everything is done through this LED screen and this silver button. To enter the settings, you hold the button. You can turn off or on the particle count and graph, which stops measuring the particles, as well as stops automatically adjusting the power based on the type of debris it sucks up. However, if you have the anti-tangle head attached, it automatically adjusts the power still, unless you manually set the power mode setting between eco mode or boost mode. You can also adjust how sensitive the sensor is at detecting different levels of dust and adjusting power. For me, I found that even on the most sensitive setting, it did a good job at detecting debris on various floor surfaces. However, it wasn't the best job. You can also turn off the option of the vacuum pulsing anytime there's an issue with the vacuum cleaner or if the battery is low. For example, if the battery is getting low, the Dyson will pulse 3 times and you'll see a low battery icon on the display. It also teaches you that if you keep using the boost mode setting, you won't get good battery life out of your vacuum cleaner. They make it super easy to understand whatever is going on the screen, as well as an awesome countdown timer of how much battery life you have left. This literally gives me an excuse to vacuum as fast as I can. There's only 3 minutes of battery life left. Now, Dyson always recommends using the Eco or Auto mode for most vacuum scenarios. And I found that on hardwood floors, medium mode works best. And on the boost mode setting, it does a great job of picking up all the fine dust particles and debris that the medium mode setting just can't pick up. I wanted to see how good the auto mode setting was with the new sensor. So I decided to see how well it could pick up all of the dog hair, as well as the dirt and debris on a section of carpet. And surprisingly, it did a really good job. So I used the auto mode just for one section, and it looks like it did catch quite a bit. So if you look here, this is all it caught with auto mode. However, after I cleaned it again on boost mode and was able to find that I did pick up a ton more dust as well as some hair that the auto mode setting just missed. The Dyson did a pretty good job, but it did miss quite a lot of dust. Like, look at all that dust that it missed. So the morale of the story is, if you vacuum every week, just keep it on auto mode because it does a sufficient enough job to clean the debris on the surface of the carpet. However, if you're like me and you only vacuum maybe once a month, definitely use the boost mode setting as it just sucks better and picks up more debris and dust that the auto mode setting just doesn't pick up. Now this next feature, in my opinion, is completely unnecessary because who in their right mind wants to know what type of dust particles they pick up when they're vacuuming? As long as it's clean, who cares, baby? Using the vacuum for almost 3 weeks now, I can probably say I only looked at the sensor meter once that whole time. However, if you're a vacuum nerd, the sensor simply detects different particle sizes that is being traveled through the vacuum cleaner and adjusts the power of the motor accordingly. Also, it tells you the size of the dust particles it's sucking up on the display. Now, let's talk about the new and improved anti-tangle cleaner head. With the older cleaner head, this is how the cleaner head looks. And yes, hair does clump up. It's pretty nasty. Now with the missus and her long black hair and also the dogs, there's hair literally everywhere. Now let me tell you, the anti-tangle feature is not a gimmick, and that thing works really well. It does a great job of preventing hair from building up, and while it isn't perfect, it still works amazing. And if any of you didn't know, the plus and minus thing on the top of the cleaner head determines how much sucking ability the vacuum has. If you have it on plus, it provides the maximum amount of suction, so it's great for dirt and sand. But for larger debris, if you put it on minus, it creates more space for the objects to travel into the cleaner head. I found that the middle setting works best for me with carpet as well as hardwood floors. And finally, let's talk about the Dyson V15's coolest feature that every guy dreams of: lasers. On the fluffy head, there's a laser on the side that's angled downwards, and when you turn on the vacuum, the laser shines at the perfect angle, lighting up all the debris and dust. This is awesome. First off, my floors are usually light colored, so I can't see any debris. However, once you shine the laser on it, you can see all the hair and dust that accumulated. It also makes cleaning super fun. I will say that the laser doesn't work as well in brighter rooms. You can still see the debris, but you have to be closer to the laser. However, it does so well at showing you the crap on your floor in the dark. It works so well in the dark, it gives you an excuse to vacuum at night. It's also nice that they added an on-off feature so you don't need to have the laser on all the time, potentially draining the battery if you just want to use the soft fluffy head like a normal person. Overall, while this is an awesome vacuum, I recommend purchasing the V11 or the V11 outsize with a larger dustbin. Yes, the lasers and the anti-tangle combs are pretty awesome and are awesome features to have. However, the V11 is cheaper and it cleans just as good. These new features are nice, but honestly, it's not worth the cost. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more awesome gadgets that make your lives easier here at Everyday Chris.